What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hammers Fans United. It's been a long time since I've sat in front of the camera, and I'm back at last with the one from each team concept, which is it's a new concept for the channel. But I done a test run over Christmas on the academy that I run. We done it on that channel, so I had to get a special guest to kick off this series. I'm hoping to do maybe one or two each week. I'm also hoping to make this competitive. So what we would hope is that people in the comments would rate everybody's squads from 1 to 10, and then we can see kind of the public opinion. So yeah, I want everybody to get involved. For those that don't know, like I said, my guest is someone who, for me to come back and come back with a bang, I needed character, I needed charisma, I needed the knowledge, and I just needed that gangster status. So I had to call on my boy, CharlieBoy from Brooklyn, as my first guest.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Hey, the female viewership just went up 30%. I jumped in right now, I told you.
I'm glad to hear that. That's what I need to hear as well. Female viewership. So Charlie, thanks for coming on. And
thanks for having me. I'm prepared. This is totally did my nut in. I've had to change it 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Oh man, I'm ready though. I'm ready. This was a stressor though.
That's good. Before we get into it, now bear in mind that I've said I'm going to get people to rate your squad, between 1 and 10. Are you confident that you can kind of, get a high scoring from the viewers and the people commenting on your squad?
Well, if you ask professional footballers, then I would probably get a 10. If you ask random Joe, they're probably going to give me some critique, haterisms. I can see it coming. Bring it, have it, yeah. Until you got to do yours, because just remember, you hate on mine, I'm gonna come back when you do yours. I am coming back, so just remember that. Just remember.
So, Charlie, did you put your manager's hat on and say, you know what? I'm going to approach this like I'm going to go as strong as possible, and I'm going to go as balanced as possible. And by that, I mean you ain't got a keeper and 8 strikers on your bench, have you?
No. I got it. I got it spread out. And the thing of it is, like, you can only get one from one team. Once you do that team, then that eliminates another pick. So you can't do 4 Liverpool or 4 City players. You can't just load it up. So that's why when I was going through it, I was like, if I put him, I can't put him. Then I'm thinking, I'm thinking of a game. Now I was thinking substitutions as well. Also was thinking, I could do a defensive formation. Yeah. Then I have these guys, they could come for a little bit. I could switch it up. Yeah, it was a stress thing. I didn't switch it like I don't know how many times. It's crazy. It's cool. Wait till the people have to do it. They'll see.
I'm confident that you're gonna have a balanced squad because you've put in, you've done your due diligence. So I'm confident that this will be a good overall squad. So without further ado, what we would do is, Charlie, if you just, if we start with your bench, which will be 9 players, only stipulation is got to have 1 goalkeeper on there. If you tell me the name of the team, I'll put that team as our background, and then you can, just, tell me why you picked this player, and then, yeah. So who is your first team that we're gonna select from for your bench? You're gonna start with the bench.
Okay, I'll start with I'll start with the bench. I'll go ahead and start with my backup goalie first. Man from Watford.
Tell me the team.
Watford.
Let me get that up for all the Hornet fans out there. Right, so
shout out Watford massive.
Yeah. Charlie's reserve backup goalkeeper for he's one from each team is Watford's goalkeeper. Can you explain or say his name and why you've gone with this guy, please?
I went with my guy Bachman because international duties. Man is he's a big unit. He could play, and I had to pick somebody from Watford, right? So it was either him. I really wanted to put Sarr, but then if I put that's the whole thing with this, right? But I said, you know what? He's my backup keeper. Let's go with a guy that has international experience. Let's get him in there, Mr. Austria. Put him in. Bing. So I went with the Bachman. I went with him as my backup goalie.
That's a good shot. He's Austria's number 1. He's I know he's 27 years of age. So as your backup goalkeeper, that's a solid selection. So yeah, I think this is going to be a good squad by CharlieBoy. So just tell me the next club. I'll put them on, and then you can just tell me this player and whatnot. So who's the next bench player? It will be
the next bench.
What
Arsenal.
What club? Sorry,
Arsenal. Yeah.
1 second. Let me put them up before we speak. So Arsenal, that shows you how times have changed. They can't make this Charlie starting 11. One of their players.
They can't. Yeah, they can't. They can't.
Right.
But I almost did have one. I almost did have a starter, but then that's you got to do what you got to do.
The balancing act.
Yeah.
So from Arsenal, who is one of your substitutes for this squad?
I picked men like Odegaard because I wanted a nice guy, a midfield. He could do attack, he could do a nice pass. He's nice, young. So I went with him on the bench. Okay, I almost wanted to pick Saka, but I already had a right wing situation because I wanted to throw him in my starting lineup, Saka, because I really like that young guy. But what you got to do, you got to balance it out. So I'm like, you know what, I need some good. If I want man to come in for some attack, or maybe the next week he starts, but for the first week he's on the bench. Sorry, Arsenal. Hey, what do you want me to do? At least somebody. You got somebody on the team, But yeah, Odegaard.
So
I pick man like
Odegaard. He was hot property when he was youngster, and like everybody around the world knew him. He's getting his form back. Norway made him captain the other day. In their last game that they won 2-0, I think, against Latvia. So it shows you that he's highly rated. And he is a good player, and to have him on your bench, obviously as a 10 or an attacking midfielder, that's another good shout. I like Saka as well, but Odegaard, that's a good shout, man. So you're looking good, Charlie. Seriously, your bench is so far, even your bench is looking strong. Who's the next club we're gonna go to for the substitutes?
The next club is Brighton.
Oh, they're right there. Brighton. 1 minute. There we go. Okay. This will be interesting.
And this is one of my backup forwards. I picked men like Mope.
Okay.
Yeah, I rate that guy. I think he puts in a shift. And if you got him coming off the bench, that ain't too bad. He can start at a lot of teams. I really rate man. I like him.
Yeah.
So
I know we was interested in him before he went to Brighton from Brentford. So he's a good player, man. He's definitely a good player, and he seems to, have that knack of being in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's one of my backups. You know what I mean? Imagine if you had something like that on the bench. That would be beautiful.
Exactly.
That'd be absolutely beautiful.
So Brighton. All right. So moving on, who's your next club that will be a bench player? You've picked 3 bench players. So far, you've picked a striker, an attacking midfielder, and a goalkeeper. So which club are we going to next for your 4th substitute?
We're going to go to Newcastle.
Let me find them right here. I know who you're going to pick. I know. Because when I done this, I picked this same player. I know who you're. And
is it?
It has to.
Hey, I almost put him in the starting lineup.
Wait a minute. I'm going to hold my phone out here so I can't change it. Yeah, you nearly put him in your starting lineup. I know who this guy is, and hopefully you look to see the screen.
Yeah.
Tell me who it is and why you picked him.
I picked Saint Maximin because he's a beast.
Can we see that, people? Was it back to front? That says Saint Maximin anyway.
Yeah.
So I knew who. Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, that says that. Yeah.
It's like if you're gonna pick a Newcastle, I rate a few guys over there, but I think Saint Maximin, and especially, imagine if he was on a more attacking side, like a Man City or somewhere, he would be phenomenal. Like even more so than now.
Yep. And I agree. I totally agree.
He's one of my favorite players to watch, and every time we play against him, he's always doing his bits and tricks. And to have him on the bench, that would be just crazy, right? That would be crazy. Yeah, St. Max he's a talent. How could you not? You know what I mean? And you could slot him. I got him as a backup right wing, but all throughout the game, he moves all over the place. He attacks the weakness. You know what I mean? So I almost had him as my starter, but I said, you know what? I gotta have a strong bench. So sorry, St. Max, you didn't make the starter. Like, somebody's gonna be like, oh, you should start, man. You should start. But hey, relax. Everybody can't start. That's the thing with this. Everybody can't start, right? You got to mix and match. One from each team's like, oh, I don't know what am I gonna do over. I'm gonna have a stroke doing this. But yeah.
So just to reflect, I'll do it again. You've got a international first choice goalkeeper. You've got a very good striker in Mopé. You've got a number 10 who has got bags of potential and international captain for Norway, and he's finding his feet in the Premier League. And you've picked a gem in St. Maximin, who traditionally, he's a winger, but he also can play anywhere along. So far, you've got a very strong and balanced bench.
Yeah.
So your first team must be good.
Yeah. I had to balance it out, right? So, and we'll get into my defenders now for the bench.
All right. So you've got 5 more subs. Which club are we going to, Charlie?
We going to Norwich.
No, I thought so. They're right here.
Yeah.
Okay, right. I'll leave it to you, Norwich.
I got my fullback Max Aarons, the speed demon. I love him. All right. Good. And you could bring him on, like, if you're down a game, let's get a little bit. Let's go. We could do some overlapping, bring him in. Got the speed man, and I really rate him. And he's another one that could go in, and depending on what style you want to play. But Max Aarons, I rated him from time. I wanted before we got Vladimir. I was really pushing for him, to get him, but I had to have a backup fullback. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go Max Aarons because I really rate him, man. He's, like I said, he's quick. Yeah, he could do bits. He could do absolute bits.
I could be mistaken, but I'm sure Bayern Munich were interested in him as well at some point.
Yeah, probably a lot.
I'm sure they were.
Probably. If they would have went down, he probably would have went to Germany or maybe to another, club in England just to stay up because his talent's that good. He didn't want to play lower level ball. He's a beast. Man. He's a beast.
He's a very good player. So
eventually he's gonna end up somewhere, different. I know. Give him a year or two. He won't be on Norwich for long. Sorry, Norwich.
100%. So that's once again, Charlie, you're 5 subs in, and so far strong and balanced as well. I know that there's got to be a centre back or 2 in there.
Yeah. That's
so where we going?
We're going
to which club?
We're going to Aston Villa.
I know who you're picking.
Yeah, you already know I'm picking.
It's has to be from Villa if it's a centre back.
Yeah.
That is Villa. Yeah, we can't really see it, but yeah, that's Aston Villa. Okay, I know who you're gonna pick.
Man like Mings. Like Mings. Yeah. Listen, and he could even be. Some people, they could have their opinions on him. I think he's amazing. I think his positioning is great. I think his all around game is nice. So I really rate him. I wouldn't have a problem using him as a starter, but as I was going through it, and I said, if I was going to take one from Aston Villa, I said, I'm going to take Mings. I think he has leader quality about him, and you got to have
left-sided centre back.
Yeah, you got to take him. You got to take him. Yeah. So
England international.
Yeah. England international as well. So how could they hate on man's like that? He's a beast. Yeah, I had to go with him.
Yeah, I think, like putting aside people's positions, he's probably Villa's strongest player. So you probably picked, that's probably the best pick, I would say, for, because he's on the bench. So as a sub player, then you probably want Tyrone Mings as your backup centre back.
Yeah, how could you go wrong with that?
That's 6. Is that 6 you've done now?
Is that 6? I thought you was keeping count. My paper's an absolute. My paper's an absolute mess. I've switched it so many times. I got scribbles.
It's 6. It's 6. We know, man, because you should have 3 more substitutes. And tell me which club first. I'm assuming we still got. I reckon Palace would be a sub for you. I think.
Yeah.
Okay, who are you going to? Palace?
No. We're going to Southampton.
Oh, Southampton. 1 minute. Let me find them. There they are. Southampton. So this would be Charlie's, I think, 7th substitute. But we'll know. Yeah. Southampton. Okay.
And here's another guy that could be, he could be a starter, man. I went with Ward-Prowse.
James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, hey, listen, nice set pieces. He can control the midfield real good, put in through balls. He could, help your attack get going. I put him in. I really rate him. If we could have snatched him up, I wouldn't have been mad at that neither. But yeah, I got man on the bench, right? That's crazy.
Yeah. And the thing is, I know a lot of people rate him. A lot of clubs rate him. He's obviously an England international, and probably he's finding it hard to get into the squad because you've got Rice and Phillips, who's more, I think, energy and they're a bit faster and stronger than him. But, the dead ball specialist, man. So, yeah, and he's once again, overall, he's probably Southampton's best player. So you.
If it was a free kick, you know what I'm saying? Set pieces, all that. I need somebody to bend one in. I'm like, we making a cheeky little sub real quick. If I get the sub in, I'm sitting there like Ward-Prowse out there, baby, to bend it in the top corner. Yeah.
That's a solid bench thus far. And that's a great pick. I think that a lot of people, once they see this video and once they understand the concept, James Ward-Prowse will probably be in a lot of people's Southampton sort of pick.
And that's what I got to realize. Once you pick that's it. You know what I mean? You can't pick it. That's it. You can't pick again that team. You know what I mean? That's what makes it tough.
Very hard.
Yeah, my next squad gonna be Brentford.
What club?
Brentford.
Okay, Brentford.
Yeah.
You haven't picked Burnley either, so Burnley must be one of your bench teams, man. All right, let me go Brentford.
Nah, I got man from Burnley starting. You gonna trip out?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's a shock. Right, we're on Brentford. This will be interesting because they're a new club and we don't really know a lot of their players. I think it's either one of two players that it has to be, and it's probably the one I think it is.
Oh, it's Ivan Toney.
Yeah, I'm gonna say IT.
Yeah, it's
right now. Okay, yeah. Now you got.
And I got him because they play a 2 up top. They play like a 4-4-2, right? So I was thinking, if I wanted to switch it up, I'm using my coach hat. It's like if I want to switch it up to a 4-4-2, I run man like Ivan Toney out there and switch the whole thing, and maybe I could put Ward-Prowse in the midfield. I could switch it up either week. Either week. But I had to go with him. He could play out wide. He could play up top. And, he's a guy I would really rate that if we could snatch him up if they go down. Sorry, Brentford. I know we've been poaching your boys. But, you might as well let us get another one, right? Yeah.
Right, Charlie. So now we are on to your final substitute, which will be the 9th player on the bench. And I've got a feeling I know which club it's from, but I will tell me the club and then I'll put them up. But it has to be from this club.
Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace.
Boom.
And I guarantee you're not going to get this one. You're going to be like, I know who this is. You don't know who this is. You can't guess this one.
Okay, it's there now. Right, right. Crystal Palace, you've picked winger, stroke 10 in maximum. You've picked a goalkeeper, you've picked a centre mid, you picked a right back, you've picked 2 strikers, you picked a number 10, you picked centre back. It's either got to be a left back, a defensive mid, or a left winger. So I'm going to go for... Got to be Zaha, man.
Nah, it ain't Zaha. We don't need that attitude. We don't need that attitude. I can't have him and St. Max on the bench at the same time. They'd be fighting. Nah, I picked Gallagher. I picked the young bull Gallagher.
Oh yeah. He's on loan from Chelsea, but yeah, he's a Palace player. Okay.
Yeah.
Explain why. You know what?
Listen, he got in. He ran Declan Rice crazy, and he was doing pressing bits. So I like him going forward, and I also like him doing his press, and I like him defensively. I think he's an all-around midfielder. So I was like, you know what? He checks every box that I want as a midfielder. He could be like my box-to-box guy. I said I'm gonna bring him in. He's young. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to bring in somebody everybody thinks I'm going to say Zaha. But I ain't going to say it. I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do it. Oh, Titch, you done froze up on me, my G. Oh, you back. Yeah, so I went
Yeah,
with
exactly.
Gallagher.
Yeah.
And he got 2
But you're
goals.
back.
He got 2 goals versus us. And the week before that, he should have scored as well, hit the crossbar. And I don't think he played the first week. But his last 2 games, I gotta have somebody from Palace. I'm gonna give the young bull a shot. I'm gonna give him a shot. Because
And
nobody was gonna say
obviously,
him. I really rate him. The 2 games I've seen him, I think he's gonna be a solid talent, man. I think Chelsea might have messed up. But I mean, they got the money and a whole bunch of squad anyway. They could do that, but
I think he's on loan though. I think it's a loan signing. So I think he is still a Chelsea player, I think. And he done well for West Brom last year. So he's racking up that Premier League experience. And yeah, I don't know why I forgot. I don't know if it's because I was thinking that he's on loan, but yeah, that's definitely a good shout. And he's more than just a centre midfielder. He's more than just an attacking midfielder. He is kind of a, like you said, box to box type. So
yeah,
that's a very good
I almost
selection.
went with another center half. I said, you know what? Nah, that's all right. I said I gotta put in Gallagher. I gotta do it.
Right. So we'll do one more reflection, and then when I edit this, I'll put these players underneath. So let me just go back to. Let me get Palace off of there, and then I'm going to go through it. I'm going to try and go from the goalkeeper to the defenders. Right. So you've gone with Backman as your goalkeeper. Your defenders, you've got Max Aarons, who is obviously a right back. You've got Tyrone Mings, who is a left-sided, left-footed centre-back. So you've only got 2 defenders on the bench.
Yeah, I know. It's all. Not really. That's why I said I was going to put another defender, but I was like, you know what? We're going attack mode. We're not playing around.
Remember this squad's got to last you for the whole season, by the way. Anyway.
We'll bring man on loan. We'll call somebody up from the under 23s. Call up an under 23s. You don't know. My under 23s got a solid center half. Just know that.
Right. And then moving forward, you've got Ward-Prowse, who is a centre midfielder. You've got Gallagher, who we've just said kind of is like a, all-round midfielder. And you've got Odegaard, who's more of a creative number 10. You've got 2 strikers in Mope and Ivan Toney. And then, the joker or your trump card is Saint Maximum, who can play literally anywhere along the front. So, got a good balance. Good balance of the squad. And potentially, people might say, boy, you needed another defender on there. So, that's how they might rate your
But wait till they see my starting. I got 2 nice defenders that one of them could slip back at center half if I needed to. And then I got enough midfielders. I got enough midfielders. I just switched to a 4-4-2. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Coach Charlie knows what's going on.
You might say that because I got a feeling I know who that midfielder would be.
No, you're wrong.
Right, so
now we're gonna guess them. You can't guess them.
I know who it is.
No, you don't.
Now this is the juicy bit, because can you just say, Charlie, what formation are you playing?
I'm playing what we always
with this starting team.
I'm playing what we always line up in, but like I said, how I picked the team, I got man that we could switch the whole bit, but it's a 4-2-1-3 if you want to say that.
Okay, right. Let me.
So
before you telling me who it is, yeah,
what is it?
I guess. Which club does your goalie play for? Don't tell me the goalie. Just tell me the club so I put them on the screen. Which club is your goalkeeper from?
Burnley.
Okay. Burnley's your first choice goalie. I know. It has to be. Right. Explain who it is and why you've gone for them as your first choice goalkeeper.
I think, listen, it's Nick Pope. Listen, with a last name like Pope, how could you not bring it? Boom, we bring it in the religious. We're going to have, But no, I think, listen, I picked him because I needed to pick somebody from Burnley. I think he's their top guy. Maybe him or Tarkowski, right? And I really rate Pope. I wouldn't even mind if he started England's number 1 permanent, boom. And I honestly feel that. I really rate him. You understand? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to rock with Pope because as you're filling out the team, it's like, where else am I going to stick somebody from Burnley? And honestly, my ideal goalie would be Mindy, but I couldn't do Mindy because I gotta stick. I gotta
someone
stick.
else. Exactly.
Yeah, I gotta stick someone else. So if it was best at the best, obviously I'd pick Mindy. But in this situation, I was like, okay, I gotta save that for later, and I'm gonna go with Pope, and I'd feel totally confident with Pope, especially because of the back line I got in front of him, and the two defensive mids I got. I said, I'm saying, how could I mean nobody could turn their nose at Pope right now. Everybody's hating right now. Pope, hey, listen, Pope's good.
No. You know,
I rate Pope.
When I done my one from each team, I picked him as my backup goalkeeper. But clearly, the team that you've put him behind is going to be stronger than Burnley, so he's going to have less work to do. And when he is called upon, we all know he definitely has got that international quality. He's definitely good enough for England. So yeah, I wouldn't turn my nose up at that.
If man looks good for Burnley, he's going to look phenomenal in this squad. You kidding me right now? You kidding me?
So can we go? Tell me which club, and we'll go right back. Tell me which club first.
You know, the boys, West Ham United.
Oh, okay, so that's all right.
I just messed you up. You thought.
Yeah, he did. I thought Rice was going to be your selection, and he can double up as a centre back. Clearly, I was wrong. So we're going to West Ham. Yep. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
We know who it is. Come on, I'll leave it all to you. Let me put his name in here while you speak.
Ryan Fredericks. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out, Wally.
In the broadcast.
That's it. It's like kick him out. It's over. No, I went with Vladdy. You know, listen, he's been quality for us. He was almost Hammer of the Year. If he would have won it, nobody probably would have turned their nose at it. You know, Suchek got it, but he's done bits. He puts in a serious graft. And what I thought, I was like, I was kind of, wow, he ain't gonna be able to shoot balls in. Hey, he does it all. Listen, he pockets everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go. I had to go with a hammer. It was either gonna be him or Rice. And I was thinking, you know what? I could lock up the midfield with the other two men. And the way he goes about the game, listen, he knocks people down. He don't want to help them up on the other team. That's my type of style. I said, now we need somebody like Vlad's and, you know what I mean? That toughness, that mean streak about him. Listen, I had to do it. He's one of the checkmates. I had to get him in there. I had to. He's one of my favorite guys.
Surely for you, the West Ham selection would have been a tough one for you, because obviously we love all of our players, but this is harder because you can only pick one of the West Ham boys.
Right, that's what made it so hard. Like I had 3 or 4 different ones. You know, I was almost gonna put Antonio in the lineup, Suchek. And well, I have no problem with him being in there, but my 3 that is either Rice, Antonio, or Sufa. Or Vladdy, but Pablo's my favorite guy. But I'm picking it as
I love Pablo.
I'm picking it as what I mean, a team all around. And that's the only thing. You can only pick one from each team. That's what really does you nothing. So when you're doing it, I mean, I got scribbles and scrabbles. I got 4 or 5 pieces of paper. Oh man, it's sorry, Rice and Antonio and everybody. Hey, what do we do? I say, what do we do? Everybody can't make it.
But he was, if not but one of the best right backs last season. So let me turn this around. Can you hear me properly? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, some people don't rate him. They want to say this guy, that guy. Listen, he's up there. He's up there. If you don't want to say he's the top number 1, okay, but you cannot at least say he's not at least top 3, 4 right backs.
Top 3.
Yeah, I mean, in my book, definitely top 3.
And the thing is, unlike a lot of modern day fullbacks, he defends first. He knows how to defend. So, a lot of these players they're more wing backs, or they can kind of do a job both ends. But he's mastered that defending. So yeah, he definitely a solid pick, man, and would clearly. I think. I mean, I know Carragher and Neville, they rate him highly. So he's a great right back. Let's go to your right centre back. Well, just tell me which club first, Charlie, for your right centre back.
Liverpool.
Okay, I know this is obvious because I picked him in my one from each team. Liverpool. There we go. One sec. this is the obvious choice. If you say anyone other than this guy, then you are smoking something. Right, Liverpool centre back to play alongside Soufal and in front of Nick Pope.
You already
Do you want to
know
say his
it's
initials? Say the three initials.
V double or V triple.
Triple
V. Yep.
V,
Oh no, it is
VVD. All right,
yeah, it is
explain.
double V.
VVD,
Hey,
yeah. Tell me.
listen, I know
Explain.
he's come off his injury, but listen, how could you not go with him, right? He's got the strength, he's got the pace, positional awareness is phenomenal. Plus, on the other end, he's doing a set piece, corner kick, whatever. Bing, he could put his head on it. He's one of the all
Pass the
time.
ball fantastically.
Yeah, he could pass the ball. Listen, he could probably play in the midfield if you needed him to. I mean, as a defensive mid. I mean, no joking. I mean, he's legendary status. He's one of the all-time greats. He will be when he hangs him up, retires one day when he's finished. His name will go with the legends, and nobody could take that from him.
Is he a Rolls Royce?
Oh, yeah. You know what? I would say he's a Rolls Royce. He's got a nice engine, but he's also got the luxury inside, beautiful on the outside. I mean, he's got everything you want to do, and he's not cheap, so he definitely would be a Rolls Royce. You heard? For sure.
That's to me. He has to be in. I mean, unless you unless you pick someone else from Liverpool, as in like a striker or a keeper. It's got to be Van Dijk's got to be, but it's tough for you, isn't it?
Yeah, because you know what? I'm like, I want to put men like Salah up at the right wing. And then I'm like, if I do that, then I can't put Virgil. And I was just thinking, you can't. I can't. Yeah, you know what I mean? The back line's got to be I had to go with him. I had to, because I think I could replace a right wing Salah with somebody else, But I can't.
Exactly.
There ain't too many you're gonna replace with that quality of Virgil van Dijk. It's just
no chance. No chance. And obviously, for those that are watching, we are picking the best version of that player. So he's had his injuries, but no, we're picking Van Dijk right now at his optimum. So clearly, like there's probably no better centre back in world football. I don't think. So he has to go in your team, man, if you want a solid back line. What about your left centre back? Because you've clearly got Mings on the bench, who's a solid pick. So this guy, what club? Sorry, let me put them on the screen.
Man United.
Oh yeah, I know. Obviously, jeez, yeah, okay. I see what you're doing here. I see you.
And listen, you kidding me, man? Like Varane?
Oh,
what? What else? Could you imagine Varane and Virgil van Dijk? And then they both V's, double V. We call them the V unit.
V unit.
Listen,
come on, tell me why Varane?
Why not? Pretty much all the things I said with Virgil. I know he's getting a little older, but he still has his pace. I mean, he's got the size. Listen, legendary resume, international player. Champions League, World Cup winner, everything. I mean, anything you want to click off, man like Varane's got it. And he's a little older, but he's still faster.
I don't think he's old, No,
he's just older than a little bit old, but he's still quality. And if I'm picking the best, and it's the best version of him.
Yeah, him. Yeah, of course.
So I don't even have to worry about that.
No, he's 28, man. He's 28. He's young.
Is he? I thought he was like 30 by now.
No. You know, because he's back. That's very young.
Yeah, really. He's been playing for, you know what? Right. He's been playing since so young that it seemed like he was 30, 31.
28. I knew he was young. So you've got you. We're gonna get the prime version in his prime of Van Dijk and of Varane. So that's Van Dijk and Varane. That's crazy. That's probably the strongest centre back partnership in world football.
That would be like a cheat. That would be a cheat code. That's why I was like, you know what? They're not gonna hate on Nick Pope, even though Nick Pope's good no matter what, in my opinion. But you got you got man like Virgil and Varane in front of him,
and Soufal. You know what? Nick Pope's going to be doing? Nick Pope's going to be doing this during the game.
Sleeping.
He's going to have his arms crossed. He's just going to be like keeping warm, like like the football your team's play, and they're just like samba, tiki taka, and he's just going to be like dancing to it because what's he going to be doing?
No, he's gonna have a pillow between the posts that there. What he's gonna have the bottle of water. You know how they got the bottle of water in the back part.
Yeah.
He's gonna have that in a pillow, and every now and he's just gonna go back and take a little siesta because he's just a little nap time because the ball ain't
Listen,
crossing midfield.
Charlie, if your left back is as good as Sufal, then as a left back, then you have got a phenomenal backline. And can I just say this, because I know Charlie's thinking this, don't try and copy people's squads either. Like, you understand? Like, just use your own imagination. So hopefully people are like, yeah,
that's what's good about me going
Varane and
first.
Van Dijk.
Yeah,
You know,
don't
don't
copy my
I think I'm having Van yeah.
Right,
No
they're gonna
chance. You
copy
know
my
what?
thing
No
word
one's
for
squad
word.
should be squad should be even
you should
similar,
make rules.
because it's,
you should make rules
man.
that like they can't have 4 of the same starters or something. They're gonna be like, remember back in school, like this. Oh, yo, what's the answer to number 11? They're gonna be looking at my sheet. Nah, get out of here. You
but you
can't
know what?
it.
Now that we said it, they won't, because you got to think. Some people will pick Alisson as their goalkeeper because I believe he's the best in the Premier League.
Oh no, yeah,
or some people will go. Some people will go with Salah. So I don't want to see no Van Dijk and Varane partnerships, because that means you're copying CharlieBoy.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
We'll
and
see,
that's like
it?
I said. That's why I didn't go Mindy, Allison, or you know,
because you needed outfield
Edison.
players.
Yeah, I was thinking, well, I'm gonna use
yeah.
him. I was like, yo, Nick Pope, I could get Burnley off the list, and he's solid. You kidding me? Come on, man.
All right. So before we say who your left back is, what club does your left back come from?
Now this one I switched like 100 million times, but he's from Everton. Yeah,
I knew it. I know who it is, because I knew it.
Yes.
One sec. I was screwing. I thought, he hasn't said. I know who it is. Come on, tell me why you're picking this player and then his name. I'll put him in. I know it is, obviously.
Yeah, I picked Sir Lucas. Sir Lucas. You know, Digne, yeah. I think he's a solid defender, and I think he could overlap and get the ball in. I think he could do everything that a fullback you need to do. You understand? Plus he's French. So him and Varane have the little have the lingo
chemistry
going on. Yeah, so I seen baguette ball was activated. I said, boom. Yeah. And there was a lot of guys from Everton that I really was like, you know what? Oh, this was made it hard. And I had another left back. I almost was gonna go with my guy Rico Henry, because I really rate Rico Henry, but he didn't make it.
Yeah.
I said I gotta go with some experience. Lucas Digne, he's one of my favorite left backs. He really is. Period. I love him.
And the thing is, if you would have went with Rico Henry, you could have then went with Calvert-Lewin instead of Ivan Toney. But Dean has got that Premier League experience,
right? And that's what
he's going to do, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it came down to. If I had the other paper in here, as you can see, I got this all scratched out name, switch this and switch that. Because anybody knows me, I love Calvert-Lewin. I almost bet him every week to score, depending on who they're playing or whatever. But I said, man, if I go Rico Henry, I said, nah. But I said Rico Henry's he's good, but I think Digne does a little bit more defensive bits than him. So I that's what I went with. The experience and the French connection next to Varane. They could Messi Buku all over the pitch and things. So I was like, yeah, we're going to do that move.
You know what? If I was in your shoes and it was Rico Henry, Dean, or Calvert-Lewin, Toney, I would have went with what you went with as well, because you want that back line to have experience and solidarity, and and I think Dean would fit in better with your defensive line than Rico Henry would. So I would have went with the same as you, like if that was my choices. So just to recap quickly, Charlie's backline is Nick Pope in goal from Burnley. He has Vladimir Sufal, obviously from West Ham, as his right back. He's got Virgil van Dijk as his right centre back. He's got Raphael Varane as his left centre back, and then he's got Luca Dean as his left back. That so far, I mean, Nick Pope is a solid. He's not like that type of name brand, but saying like that back line is solid. And Van Dijk and Varane will get you goals, and they will get you clean sheets. So it's looking good, my friend.
Yes.
Right. Yes. So you're playing two defensive midfielders, are you?
Yeah, I'm playing two defensive midfielders. But like I said, how I picked the team, I could switch it up and I could switch it up at any moment and really give man problems. But yeah, to start it off,
All right.
we gonna do that. We're
Give
gonna
me a
be
club. Give me the club of this first one then, so I can put them on the screen.
All right, I'll start on my right side first. Leicester.
Leicester. 1 second. Here we go. I had to name these so that I. Leicester. Ooh, I know it is. I know. It's from Belgium. Let's go.
Nah. I went.
Not Tillemans, no.
No.
Okay.
I went with Ndidi.
Okay. Oh yes. Tell me why. NDD. Yeah.
I went with him because defensively, that as far as defensive mids, I only think there's a couple guys better than him. One, Rice.
His stats are crazy.
Right. Well, I wouldn't say better, but Rice and Phillips I really rate as defensive mids, and I put him up there in that category, right? And I said, you know what? If one of my center halves gets hurt, I'll throw him back there if I got to. Even though we got man like Mings, you know what I mean? If he gets hurt too, but I'm just like, yo, I wanted to put Rice.
Yeah,
I wanted to put Rice. If you can see, I have Rice on there, but I said, yo, if I pick Rice, I can't pick my guy Vlad's. And I was like, yo, I said, that's why I did my nutting. That's why I told you the other day. I said, no, I'm not done. I got to do it over. I need a couple more days. I almost didn't know if I was going to be ready.
I love this game.
I love this game.
Because I know how frustrating it can be.
So they can't be mad at me for leaving out Rice because I put, I put our guy. It's one or the other. And I was like, you know what? Right backs. I said I could get two defensive mids that could maybe not as good as Rice, or because some people is going to get in an argument because that all, you know how they are. But I say, you know what? Listen, I gotta do Vladdy at right back. So yeah, I went with him. And people don't realize he is a real nasty part of Leicester's team. Like you just don't. He really controls that midfield. You understand? So
no,
yeah,
100%. And before we played them, when the show's on for an hour before, they compared him and Rice's stats, and Rice was better in some departments, but he was better in other departments. Now, he played centre back, and obviously they didn't have the best, but obviously he's not in that. But he can play it. But I'm saying he's got very good attributes, so he's definitely a very good, great Premier League defensive midfielder.
Yeah,
100%.
and that's why I didn't go two center backs on my bench, because I say, you know what?
Yeah.
I got. Yeah, absolutely.
I know who's going to be next to him, and I know what club. I bet it's from Leeds, and then.
From Leeds. Shout out Leeds, massive.
We'll go straight to Leeds.
Yo, they're gonna be all type of mad at me because I did this one. Oh, you don't pick, bro. You don't pick, because it's like a rivalry of which one's the best, right? But I rate both of them. I don't, you know what I mean? I have a football background. I don't look at it as like some fans get in their feelings. I don't do that. And it's man like Phillips. Listen, yo, come on, man. What is else? Absolute phenomenon. You got them two. Now, I was going to do Rice just because the England thing, Phillips and Rice, but I said, probably everybody's going to do that. No one's going to pick the Leicester geezer, so I threw him in, right? But yeah, Phillips, listen. Now, my backline, Virgil, Varane. Then you got Phillips and Ndidi in front. Come on, man. They not mucking about. You're not. If you get past this midfield, which I don't know how you could. Listen, you're not even you can't get through this. It's like Fort Knox over here. We got everything secure. You know what I mean? We got security access code, man, like Phillips. Listen, he's one of the best defensive midfielders, him and Rice. All three of them I put in the same category. Top quality. If you got them for that position, you can't go wrong, in my opinion. But yeah, I went.
And I agree with you. I think if you had those three and you was picking two, but they was all of your players, you can go with either or either. So Ndidi and Phillips is not going to be no more than 2% weaker than Phillips and Wright. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? If that. So I'm saying it's either or either. So if you
you're not losing much either way. If I had to rest if you had to rest one, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I I got the mans on the bench from the midfield. So if I want to switch and don't do no defensive mids, you know what I mean? Say I want to do a 4-4-2, bang, I can switch it up. And that's why I was looking. Because I just don't want to be one style and one formation. I picked my team so we could play two different ways.
Okay, right. So you're who's your next? So you're playing a 1 in front of them, yeah? Give me what club is he from first?
Man City.
This is obvious. If it's not this has to be. This is an easy one, and it's a phenomenal player. Let's go. Come on, let me put him in. We know who this is.
Yeah, we already know it's De Bruyne. It's the guy. It's the guy. Which you know what? I wouldn't even mind throwing Foden in there too. But listen, it's one of the greatest midfielders ever, man. His passing is just nuts. Yeah. His passing is nuts. And the men that I have in front of him, it'd be ridiculous. It would be like, how do you even stop this? Oh my God, it's crazy. But yeah, he's one of the best midfielders.
I was about to say, do you put him up there as top 3 in the world in his type of player right now?
Oh yeah, I put him.
Or would you say 3. He's the best?
Oh no, I'd say he's the best. Even what is he?
I think he's
30, 31. I think he's the best. He reads the game.
Man, he's young as well. I think he's the best player in
he's got to be like 28 to 30. 28 to 30, which that's not old.
No, he's not 30. Definitely not. I think he's about 27, you know.
Is it?
I think he's 27. I think so. Let me find him. De Bruyne. He is 30. Shit.
Yeah.
He's 30. I didn't realize it. No, I didn't think it anyway. But you know, he gets goals, he gets assists, he gets chances created, and he's
no one. Like listen, there's like you'd have to go to a player from another decade if you want to rate, like compare his passing abilities. I don't think there's guys that can pass the ball nice, but let's just face it, KDB is like he might be one, if not the greatest passer of all time.
And he scores goals as well. Do you understand? So there's a lot of creative players that don't score. He scores goals.
And I can make him my captain as well. You understand? Like the man is just make him captain. Yeah, Captain
right,
KDB.
So before we go to the front 3, let me just that's your squad is looking nice. We've gone through the back line. We'll just go through that midfield 3 once again. You got Phillips and Ndidi, defensive midfield, breaking up everything. Literally, you know, like nothing getting past them, and even if it does, that back line is impregnable.
Yeah.
But in front of them, you've got the best player in that position in the world. I think I know. Yeah, your strikers. I know your striker is, and boy, you're on the money. It has to be. And then it's your wingers. It's your wingers, because I'm looking at the club. I know you haven't said this team. I don't want to say it, so that's definitely your striker. And then, I'll wait. But you know what? So far, your team's looking solid. Your bench is solid. So the people that, you know, I hope they do comment, because like I said, I haven't done much on my channel, so I know I'm not popping like that. But I'm just hoping that people get involved and rate the squad. So, where do you want to go for? Tell me, like, what position and what club, and then don't tell me the player. So, and then I'll put that club on the screen.
We'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and put it's the left wing, and it's the enemies. It's the enemies.
So I was wrong then. So Spurs is your left winger. Okay, I picked this guy when I done mine as well.
You thought I was gonna pick
Harry Kane? Yeah.
Come on, forget about it, man. You
so you know what? But I picked this guy for my one from each team. Love this guy. Come on, man. I know who this is.
I picked Son. Come on, man.
What? Yeah.
Tell me why. I rate him. You know, I know he plays for the Spuds, but whatever. The man is phenomenal. He could crack off a shot. He could get there and on his right foot, and my top 3 could rotate in. You understand? So, listen, you got Phillips and Ndidi breaking up everything, getting it to KDB, and then he's looking for Son. He's looking for my other guys, which I ain't gonna say. But listen,
I know who your striker is, obviously. Yeah, carry on.
why don't you thought you
I
knew
need
it
to
was
see that.
before, was it?
Oh, your team! I know your last two players, and one of them was on mine. You are disgusting, Charlie. Oh my days! I know. Oh
Yeah,
my days!
my team is fierce.
Oh my!
They might come for
I
me.
picked.
I'm
I
gonna get
picked your two
arrested
wingers
after
for
this.
my
This team is
for
so.
my
This
team.
team is so phenomenal. I might get arrested because they're gonna be like, "Yo, this is like,
All right.
this is serious."
What does Son bring? What does Son bring to the team? Yeah, I know your next two. Jesus Christ! Oh my days! What does Son
Obviously,
bring to this?
it brings in everything. Like, listen, if we're on the counter attack, he can run down the pitch, shoot down the side. He can put in a nice pass. Listen, he can get on his foot and bang it in from. He kicks piss missiles, and like I said, he can rotate. You know, like when Kane goes down, they'll put Son on top and be like, "Yo," and he'll just carry on doing bits. So it's almost like you got two strikers, really. But listen, how could you not? He's got for a winger, he's got good size about him. And you know, listen, he plays like a bastard sometimes. Sometimes he does a little bit of dirty business. You know what? I like that. Unless he does it to our guys, then we got to rough him up. But you know what I mean? Hey, I like Son. I think he's the bread and butter.
He scores goals
of that team. I think you take him. I think you take him off that team. Kane will still be quality, but Kane wouldn't be the same quality as he is when he's next to him. I honestly believe that. I mean, they, you know, some spuds might not
You
agree.
have gone with a
like
your
if
front four is disgusting,
bro. If you ask me who we keeping, Son or Kane, I'm keeping Son. And like if I was on their side, I had to, you know what I mean. If it came down to it, I would. I don't care. They can get mad at me all they want. Listen, I really rate them. Period.
Right.
Now,
so I know the two clubs that are left.
Yeah.
I know the players, but some people might not. They might not realize which club you haven't selected. So, do you want to go with your striker or right winger? And both of them are, in my opinion, phenomenal selections.
Oh,
which club? Which club are we going to?
Let's go with Wolves, and so that way I could explain. Wolves. I could explain my because this is where I was
explanation needed.
No, but of course I picked him because he's fire. It's a man like Traore.
Of course.
I picked him because for the simple fact that you know, you can rotate as well, but he's gonna stretch. He's gonna stretch the defense. He's gonna help bust them out of shape, right? And you could put him in the midfield. You could even put him at right back. You could almost put him anywhere you want to put him, and he's gonna do bits for your squad. So it's almost like picking three players in one player, really. But I got him at the right wing to help stretch everything. Oh my God! And then you'd have, oh man, Traore is just a beast.
Can I just tell me if this was your thought process? Because I had De Bruyne and Traore in my one from each team. Now I said Traore wouldn't have to beat 3 or 4 man. He's gonna have to beat one man, and he's gonna have Kevin De Bruyne putting him in. So all he's got to do is use his pace, pinpoint bars from De Bruyne. Just him and the goalie. You understand? He ain't gonna have to do all that the work he has to do for Wolves. He's just gonna have to just get on the end of De Bruyne's through balls.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With De Bruyne feeding the through balls.
Oh,
listen, boom. He goes cutting down the side. Here comes the through ball. Now you know once the winger when he's going down the side, if he beats that fullback here, the center half's gonna pull out of his pocket to try to help out. Right now they're out of shape. Now they're in disarray back there. And I got Son and my other guy standing there coming in. Son will be pulling close. And then I got my big dog striker, which they ain't going to mess with him anyway. You understand? Woo. So that'll leave my striker 1-on-1 close in the box in danger area. And listen, 1-on-1 with this geezer, he ain't doing it. It can't do nothing. It's like a professional wrestler in there. My man's serious. Should I just get to the?
Are you frozen or am I frozen?
Nah, I think you was frozen.
Wait. No, because right, am I back?
Yeah, you back. You going back,
okay.
back,
am I back?
Forth and forth.
Right. So you know what? Once I realized the two clubs that left, I knew who. I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy has done his homework.
Well, you don't even know
And
how
before we
many
get onto
times
this,
I've
some people
changed
might
this.
not.
I've changed this thing so much times. It's ridiculous. Crazy. It's crazy.
Do you understand? It's not as easy as just picking who you want because
Oh yeah, we
obviously,
want him. Let's just go get him. Yeah, they probably
Yeah.
got a board, right? Chalkboard, marker board, whatever. And they got the man, say 5 or 6 guys here, and they got them all wrote, and they probably go through crossing them out. Oh, the money situation. If we get him, we can't afford him. Bah, bah, bah. They got to
Exactly.
go through the whole thing. Yeah, so when I was going through
Yeah,
this,
and that's
I'm
what
like, oh,
some people don't realize that, man.
yeah, I was like, yo, if I put this guy here, I can't. I was like, oh man. So at the end of the day, yeah, it's a wait till they got to do it. It's a madness. It is a madness.
And the thing is, you've given them a good platform because you know they can
Yeah, and I
you give them
went first.
a
I
leg up
went
basically.
first. Yeah, and now it's gonna be
Exactly.
easier for them because they'll be like, I just copy CBs and just switch a
Nah,
couple
nah,
around.
nah.
Yeah, that's what they'll
If
do.
anyone comes on there and copies, I'll kick them off. Right. So obviously, you can see behind is the Chelsea logo because clearly the last part of the jigsaw is a striker. Now we all know this is. You've gone for the creme de la creme.
Yeah,
Explain.
absolutely.
Timo Werner.
Nope. Sorry. No. I went with Lukaku. Listen.
Yep.
Man, his finishing is just ridiculous. His strength is phenomenal. I think Man United messed up. But one thing I say about him, what I think is going to make his game even better, and he even said this. He went over to Italy, right? And he said the Premier League is like the guys are like all around stronger and faster. The pace of the game much quicker. But he said in the Italian league, it's more of a technical, like you position and like they really think about their defending first. So to get in his positions where he needs to get the ball, he said he learned a completely different game of footy. So now he did the Prem. He's a beast. I mean, you see, and he's in much better shape now. And he was in good shape before, but now you see him. He's trimmed off everything. I mean, he's a friggin' unit out there. When they play Arsenal, he was just my. He made him look bad. I mean, everybody's making Arsenal look bad, but I'm just saying, like they couldn't do nothing with him. Like, they could try to double it, nothing. He was like, oh, right. I'm like, wow, what a friggin' unit. But he's learned. He went over there and he said he learned a different kind of technical game. So he's brought that knowledge back. And now you look at him like, man, thighs. Are you kidding me? Shout out Anton there from West Ham Network. He loves a good thighs. Listen, Lukaku. So that's why I'm thinking like this, right? Like you said, we got Traore shooting down, stretching the field. KDB, bing, through ball. Now they get somebody.
And
he's
got the link up.
Yeah, he's got the link up. Now he's blue by
the Belgium link up.
Yeah, it's another thing, the Belgium link up, right? So he's blue by the fullback. Now you have Lukaku sitting there in the box. You got Son creeping in, maybe up towards the middle a little bit, And you got that. And then plus, KDB could be the trail man coming and he could get a shot off too. Oh, you kidding me right now? Yo, that's the unstoppable force right there.
That's
unstoppable force.
Like, I don't want to. What I might do is, though, I won't actually. I want to stay impartial, and I don't want to sway no one's thoughts. But that starting team is crazy. The bench is very strong as well. So, in my opinion, you've picked a very, very strong. Would I put Mope in there? I don't know. I might have went for a different position, but you probably do need 2 strikers, so you've gone for him. But like I said, I'm just critiquing it from a like an instant sort of thing. But it's very hard to.
Yeah, I had to pick a Brighton player, so I'm like, who am I gonna get from Brighton? And I rate him. You know what I mean? As a backup. But then that's why I also added Ivan Toney as well. You know what I mean? Just to have a Brentford guy in there, another striker.
And that's the thing. You said Mope first, and then at least you backed it out with a Tony. So it kind of So it's not easy. And once you get to the certain clubs, you know who I'm going to pick from there. So I think your squad is awesome, and I think the starting team is ridiculous. So it's going to be hard to top. I believe that starting 11, unless someone tries and literally just carbon copy, but I think it will be very hard. Now, of course, most people will pick De Bruyne because, like, why would you not pick? You understand what I'm saying to you? But
Right.
some people might say, you know what, I want Edison as my. Do you understand? Because of what his distribution and stuff like that. So, but
Oh man,
you know, De
like
Bruyne is not.
Grealish. Somebody might throw
Yeah, yeah,
Grealish in there or whoever because
yeah.
they loaded. Yeah, but I can't pass
So,
up
but
KDB.
yeah. So, you know,
Can't do it.
KDB wouldn't be no one copying, but you know, like we'll look at no one's squad should be the same. Like they should be very different because football's about opinion. So, yeah, you've done a great job, Charlie. And as the first guest, you know, is yeah. Luckily, we can edit this. It's not live. I was saying, you know, like because I haven't done anything on the channel, it's always good to come back with a bang. And I feel that having you on and the squad that you picked definitely came back with a bang. Like I know that this couldn't have been done. This couldn't have gone any better with another guest. It had to be you for this first show. And yeah, like that team is you know, when this is done and I'm thinking about that team is solid. It's got everything about it as well. The starting team.
Yeah, and
So you got to be happy with that, man. I don't think you'll have any regrets when you've done this. Looking back.
no, I don't got no regrets. If that was my team and that was the gaffer, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm happy with that. And like you said, you got to pick one from each squad, and that's what makes it difficult, right? Because somebody's gonna get left out. That's just the way it is.
Exactly. Let me just get this back because what I'm going to do, and it should have took that Chelsea thing off there a long time ago. What I will do is when I download and edit the video in this bottom section here, I would just put your, you know, the whole squad selection just so people can, you know, see it visually, like, you know, because they might have forgotten now because we started this an hour ago, all the way back with Daniel Backman from your substitute
Backman.
goalkeeper.
Yeah.
So yeah, so rather than me say, you know what, I'm going to say it now. I'm going to say the team and then I will put them on the screen as I say them. So Charlie's squad, we'll start with the bench. His substitute goalkeeper is Austrian international, plays for Watford, and that is Daniel Backman. He's right back, substitute, plays for Norwich, and that is Max Aarons. He's centre back, substitute centre back is Tyrone Mings, England, Aston Villa, left-footed, left-sided centre back, quality player. Then we move into his substitute midfielders. He's got Conor Gallagher from Crystal Palace, who has got a lot of potential and he's fulfilling that potential already. He scored 2 goals against us, which ultimately got his team their first point of the season. So, you know, he's carrying the can on loan from Chelsea. You've got James Ward-Prowse, who technician, set piece specialist. You know, he could get into probably all of the top 6 or top 8 clubs
Oh
into their
yeah,
squads.
definitely.
So yeah, he's an England international. You've also got number 10 attacking midfielder in Martin Odegaard, who is, you know, he was very much hot property. He went to Real Madrid, didn't quite work out there, but he sort of, you know, rebuilt his career. Like I said, he was captain for Norway the other night against, I think it was Latvia. So yeah, that's another, you know, very good player. And then we go to your 2 strikers because I want to leave the winger to last because for me that's your trump card. Neil Maupay, like I said, he's a good player. He's a good Premier League player, and he will get you goals. And he could make it in come on the bench. His movement, that sort of thing. You've got Ivan Toney, who has proven he's a goal scorer at every level that he's played at, and I think that he will, you know, he'll carry that into the Premier League, and he's got the physicality about him as well. So that's a great strike on the bench. And then, like I said, in my eyes, your trump card, who he could start on your right wing,
Yeah.
is Alan St. Maximan, who on his day, remember, we're picking the best version of each player. On his day, he is a game changer. So I also had him on my bench when I done this. So yeah, that's a strong bench. Now, just going into the starting team, we got Nick Pope from Burnley in goal, England international. Not at the biggest of clubs, but you know, the clubs can only accommodate so many players. So you understand? That's why now in this day and age, even the so-called smaller teams are getting, you know, these quality players because it's not like it was back in the day. Right back, Sufal, definitely can't argue with that. Like he was
Checkmates.
probably now if I was to do this again, he would possibly be my right back as well. But then I would want to get Declan Rice in there, so it's a hard one. Great choice. Now, these two centre-backs, Van Dijk from Liverpool, Varane from Manchester United, formerly of Real Madrid. What can you say about that partnership? It speaks for itself. That's probably, in my opinion, the best partnership that you could get in world football currently. So, CharlieBoy, as you know, that's a
Yeah,
masterstroke for me.
that's a cheat code in
Left,
front of Pope.
yeah, that's crazy. Luka Dean he's good on the ball. He's good at getting forward and creating chances as well, and he's good at set pieces as well. So he's got a bit of everything to his game. So that back line is solid. Now the two in the middle is Ndidi of Leicester and Phillips of Leeds. Great partnership, and I genuinely mean that. It's a great partnership. And for defensive midfielders, if you put Rice in there, because I feel Souček is more of a box-to-box. So if you put Rice in there, those three are potentially the best three defensive midfielders currently. Because, Fernandinho is a bit older now. But I'm saying currently, they're definitely in the top 5, those two and Rice.
Absolutely.
So, De Bruyne in front of them, for me, best player in his position in the world. So why would you not put him in there? And then the front three, Son of Spurs, Lukaku of Chelsea, and Traore of Wolves. Now, I think some people may say, Traore doesn't score goals, and so that might be their criticism, but I would put him in my team. So, and I think some players flourish in the team and the manager that they're playing under. So at Wolves, I feel he's restricted. I think in this team, people would be going out and, they might support Spurs and they'd have Traore on the back because he would be tearing up the league in this team. Yeah. So, Charlie, before we sign out, and I've just blabbered on a bit, but I'll put them players underneath us now. Do you want to shout out your channel? And I'll also put your channel link in the description. And yeah, just any advice for people that are going to come up after you on this show?
Channel is my name, CharlieBoy, one word, capital C, capital B, all together, no space. I do previews. You never know what I rock up and do. But my advice is just, get you some tea or get you some coffee and get you a couple of sheets of paper because you're going to switch. If you're really doing it, you know what I mean? And you're really thinking, you're going to switch it more than once. You know what I understand? Like with me leaving out Rice was the hardest thing for me. But I was like, you know what? I like Vladdy at the right back. So I had to go with that. I mean, you could only pick one. But, and don't copy my paper neither because I'm worried for the copycats because I know how they're going to do. Because, shout out to Peach. He already said, I'm just going to let everybody else go first and copy them. Remember he said that on his show.
Yeah, I don't think so,
better not copy my paper. But, and just think of it, have a rhyme to reason why you did everything. Like the Traore, I'm thinking, like I said, he's going to pull him out of shape. He's going to stretch the defense. And that's why I put him in there. I could hear him say, oh, well, he doesn't score, blah, blah, blah. But listen, you got to look at their talent, what they have, or what they could bring to, like Traore next to KDB and Lukaku and something would be a totally different thing than at Wolves. No disrespect to Wolves, but I mean,
100%.
It just is what it is. As if, like Nick Pope's, that of course you would want to go Mendy or Edison or Allison. But I was like, you know what? Let me go with a decent goal. Yeah, more than I don't call him. He's really good. He's good. Put the guys in front of him. Did I go with Salah or did I go with Van Dijk? I think Van Dijk. You could get different right wingers. You understand? But you're only gonna get. There's only one Van Dijk. There's only one KDB. So that's kind of why I went with those guys. But yeah, it's a madness. It's gonna if you're doing it and being really going about it, it's gonna take you a little minute. But my advice is don't copy my paper. I'm coming for you. Ready, get the bat. You heard? You know who I had? I went through 3 different right backs, and I'll do 3. First, I pick Reece James, right? But I said, if I pick James, then I can't pick Lukaku. I can't pick Lukaku. I said, damn. So then I switched it to Matty Cash. But I said, you know what? He's okay defensively. But I said, you know what? I said I want to put Mings on the bench for my for a backup. So yeah, so then I finally went with Sue Fowl because I had to go with a hammer. So I went Reese James, Matty Cash, and then Sue Fowl. You could see I scribbled them out. I was crossing names. This is a madness. I'm telling you, it's a madness. It'll do you nothing. But once you finally get it done and you're looking at it, you feel like, oh, wow, look at this.
You feel exactly. It's true. And
they need to hire me on
your team is.
I think I could have a position in the club somewhere. They could put me in the office. I could sort these things out for them. You understand? Get things going. Hey, give me a job, Charlie B. Get me on.
I think you've set the benchmark. So I think people that come on, they're gonna do what you've done. They're gonna they're gonna study and change rather than 10 minutes. Let me just pick my squad and go on the show. I think people are gonna be like, nah, I need to come better than CharlieBoy's squad, which will be very hard. You understand? But yeah, you've definitely set the benchmark and you've set it very high. So yeah, you were the perfect first guest for this new concept. I will put Charlie's channel link in the description, and I would hope that you guys can go and follow him. He does some really good West Ham reviews, a bit of humor in there as well, and it's something different because like variety is the spice of life, and there's a few West Ham channels, but everybody's doing their own thing, and it's good to let me see what this channel's doing and that channel, and yeah, collectively everybody's doing a good job. And obviously me, Charlie, Peach, and Franco, we are actually part of West Ham Random, but we also me and Charlie have our own channel as well. So yeah, like I would be grateful if you lot can go and subscribe to Charlie. Obviously, subscribe to this channel as well. And yeah, man, the aim is to put out 1 or 2 of these a week, and to get on, people with channels and also people that are just subscribers, like that. And I've already spoke to a few people like Wally World that don't have a channel, and it's not about any promotion. It's just about them coming on and me, listening to their squad, because this was really good for me, and it will be interesting to see everybody's sort of ideas and thought process, because everybody thinks different. So yeah, like this, it's good to have like your Gateses and that, who I can promote. He can promote my channel by being on here, and vice versa. But I also want a lot of subscribers that are not about YouTube. They just want to come on and just give their one for each team. So
Wally's gonna have Fredericks at right back. We already know it. If he could, he'd pick 11 Fredericks for his team.
Crazy.
Absolutely
crazy.
That's my guy.
So yeah, I'm hoping that you lot have watch to the end. I know some people don't. When I start watching the video, I watch the whole video, but some people don't. But yeah, like those that have watched to the end, which you should have at least watched till he picked Lukaku, because that's the climax. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Hopefully, I would say thanks for subscribing to my channel, subscribing to Charlie's channel, and yeah, tuning in future. And also, if you're a subscriber and you just want to get involved, all you got to do is put in the comments, can I come on the show? Of course you can. Like seriously, like this is not about just people with the channel. Anyone is welcome. The more the merrier. If I do 3 in a week, I do 3 in a week. That's fine. So yeah, Charlie, do you want to sign out? Anything to say to the viewers, or
just come on, you irons. That's it, baby.
Come on,
and
you
ladies,
irons.
I love you.
Come on, you irons. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video, and I will see you in the next one from each team. Come on, you irons. Don't know.